Hey, third grade, this is your lesson for 6.9 day 2. So this one is going to be a little bit shorter. So what I want you to do is from yesterday, I want you to have your number story with you. So they're going to be completely different than what I show you, but it's just so that you can compare yours and compare it to the ones I'm showing you today. And then if at any point there's part of your number story that you're like, oh, I kind of want to change that, now's a good time that you could go through and you could revise and edit it. Similar to like our writing, you have a writing process. You also have one for math class, so you can go through and you can change it at any time. All right, so for our initial part of our lesson, we are going to do mental math practice using parentheses, and then we are going to move into a few examples. So all you need with you is your number story notes and your whiteboard, okay? So on your whiteboard, we are going to solve these 3 parenthesis problems, okay? So 10 minus, and then parenthesis 3 times 3 parenthesis. So where would we start? How would we start with this problem? We would start with 3 times 3. So what is 3 times 3? That would be 9. So we would do 10 minus 9. 10 minus 9. You guys know that. 1. 10, take away 9. We're left with 1. And our next problem, 15 minus 2 times 6. 15 minus 2 times 6. So what is 2 times 6? That would be 12. So 15 minus 12, 15 take away 12. Write it on your whiteboard. That would be 3. And our last one is set up a little bit different. Remember, we can see them like this where the question mark is first. So we have the question mark equals 13 minus 4 times 2. Also with the question mark, remember those could be represented as a letter. So depending on what the number story is, maybe I'm trying to figure out how many baseballs I have total, I could put B, like I'm trying to figure out what B equals. So 14 times 2, 14 times 2 equals, it's not letting me type below it, so we'll just talk it through. 14 times 2 equals 8, so 13 minus 8 would equal 5. I'm not sure why it wasn't letting me type below it. I think I needed to hit enter. There we go. So it would have been 13 minus 8, which would equal 5. Again, just some extra parenthesis practice. The more you practice this, the more sense it will make. And this is also why it's important to practice your math facts, because this is all basic fact practice. All right, so the question that we were trying to do was write a 2-step number story to match the number sentence. So this was our number sentence. 12 minus 4 times 2 equals 4, okay? So with this one, this is an example of what a student wrote. Kevin has 12 presents. He has 4 bags. He puts 2 presents in each bag. How many presents are not in a bag? So with this, the 4 times 2 represents that Kevin has 4 bags and he puts 2 presents in each one. And the 12 represents the total number of presents that Kevin has. So the 2 steps in this problem are you first need to multiply 4 times 2 to get 8 presents. Those 8 presents are the ones that Kevin puts in the bags. Then you're subtracting 8 from 12 to get the number of presents that are not in a bag. So 12 is the total, 4 times 2, which equals 8, are how many he's putting in the bags, and then 4 are how many presents that are not in the bag. So when you see the parentheses in this number sentence, what should you do? You should multiply 4 times 2 first. That is like the first step of your number sentence. And then what you want to do is you want to solve it from there. You do 4 times 2 equals 8, and then you do 12 minus 8, which would equal 4. So that is an example of, an appropriate response to that problem. So I want to show you one more example of a student response to this problem. Then we'll pause the video and you'll be able to go through and evaluate your response. So here's an example of something that is a little confusing. So this response has some things that would need to be changed in order for it to match the number sentence, like the last one. So it says, I made 4 baskets in 2 games. The other team made 12. How many more shots did they make than me? So all of the numbers from the number sentence, which are 12, 4, and 2, are in the number story. But when the student said, I made 4 baskets in 2 games, that could mean a couple different things. That could mean that the child made 4 baskets altogether in the 2 games, and that would not fit the number story. That would not be multiplication. Or it could mean that the child made 4 baskets in each of the 2 games that they played. Then that would fit the number story because that would mean you had to multiply 4 times 2 to get the baskets total. So again, you just have to be careful with your wording because just saying 4 baskets in 2 games does not mean you have to multiply them. So it's not clear what you would subtract from 12. You don't know if it's 4 times 2 or if it's just 4. So they need to kind of make that a little bit more detailed. And then how could they change it to fit the number story? So this child could say, the number sentence. This child could say that 4 baskets were made in each of the 2 games. So then there would be a reason to multiply 4 times 2 to get those 8 baskets. Then the child could say that the other team also made 12 baskets. How many more shots did they make than me? So then they could subtract the 12 minus the 8. So in that case, the 12 would represent the number of baskets the other team made, and then the first 4 would represent how many baskets they made in the first game, and then the second 4 would represent how many baskets they made in the second game. And then the answer would be 4, and that would represent how many more baskets the other team made than the person who wrote this number story. So what I want you to do now is I want you to pause the video and check out your explanation. So go through and see, does yours fit what we kind of talked about in these 2 examples? So now that you have solved that example, we are going to look at one more where it looks at the number sentence and puts a number story with it. So it says, Sean bought 15 pears at the farmer's market to share with his friends. He gave 7 pears away on Monday and 4 on Tuesday. How many pears does Sean have left to share? Use this number model to solve the problem. So I actually didn't put a text box, so let me do that quick. So let's look at our problem. It says that he bought those 15 pears, gave 7 away on Monday, 4 away on Tuesday. How many does he have left to share? So look at our number model. So we would do 7 plus 4 first. So 7 plus 4 is 11. And then we would do 15 minus 11 to get our total. So what would be 15 minus 11? Our answer, there we go, would be 4. So then it says, explain how the number model fits the number story. And again, this isn't in your workbook. This is one we're just talking through. So how does the number model fit the number story? Well, 15 is the total number of pears that Sean bought at the farmer's market. And then it says that he gave away 7 on Monday and 4 on Tuesday. So in the parentheses, we did 7 plus 4 to figure out the total that he gave away, which would be 11. So then we need to find the difference. We need to find how many pears Sean has left to share. So we would do 15 minus 11. So the total minus the number he gave away, which would equal 4. And that would be our final total. So see how the number sentence fits with the number story. Now, I gave a few examples here of number stories and number sentences. And what I want you to do is I want you to listen to them and then think about, are they strong number stories? Do they fit really well with the number sentence, how could they be changed, and just kind of evaluate it like you did your own. So the number sentence is 20 minus 3 times 6 equals 2. So the first example said, Miss Kiefer had 20 books. She put 3 books on her 6 classroom tables. How many books did Miss Kiefer have left? The second example was, Miss Weaver had 20 chairs in her room. She put 3 chairs and 6 tables. How many chairs did she have left? And the last one, Mrs. Nestor bought 3 packs of stickers. There were 6 stickers in each pack. She then gave 20 stickers away. How many stickers did Mrs. Nestor have left? So with these, you want to kind of look. So it says that I had 20 books total, and I am putting 3 books on my 6 classroom tables. How many books do I have left over? Well, you want to make sure that 3 books on 6 classroom tables. How am I doing that? Maybe I need to be a little more specific. Maybe I'm putting 3 books on each table, and there are 6 tables. Same with Mrs. Weaver. Had 20 chairs in her room. She put 3 chairs and 6 tables. Does that make sense? Maybe she put 3 chairs at each of the 6 tables. That would mean we would need to multiply. And Miss Nestor bought 3 packs of stickers. There were 6 stickers in each pack. So that means they need to multiply. If we have 3 packs and 6 stickers in each pack, she then gave 20 stickers away. How many stickers did Mrs. Nestor have left? So with that one, you have to think about, did that make sense with the total? So what you want to do is you want to just think about each of the answers, and do they fit with the number sentence? I'm not saying they all do. I tried to come up with ones that may need change, may need rewording, or maybe they don't fit at all. But you want to evaluate them similar to what we did with the other student. Okay, so this is a strong example of how you can fit a number sentence to a number story, and this is also a strong example with Kevin's and then with the one from Sean. So what your takeaway from this is just making sure that you are thinking about how you could make a number story to fit a number sentence.